About sa digging na yan, allegation ni Atty. Torion, let him prove that. Wala akong sinasabi muna dyan sa mga bagay na yan, sapagkat yan ay allegation nila. Let them prove it. Yan ang gusto nila. Di, sige, let them prove it also.
Pero may photos and videos din.
Ilabas nila yung nagbigay ng photo at pakita niya rin ang, alam niya ang batas, paano dyan. Ilabas niya yung taong nagbigay at bigyan niya rin ng sworn statement. Kasi kaya kong gawin yan sa loob ng Photoshop.
Sir, that's part of my presentation. That will be answered in the slides, sir. I assure you, sir.
Okay, bilisan natin. Are you willing to forgo with your presentation para matapos natin
Mr.
ito?
Chair, excuse me, Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I understand it right that you would cite him for contempt if you caught him lying?
Yeah, if he's lying before this committee,
He
I will
just
set
did.
him put it.
He lied, Mr. Chair.
Why?
With that video, he said here na he didn't, that he denied it here that there wasn't such a video.
Paano niya sinabi?
Sinabi niya na wala pong video, wala pong press con na ganon. Hindi siya nag-press con at hindi niya
Did you
dinenay.
say that? Walang,
read it
walang
back.
press ko na gano'n?
Can we ask the record, sir, to
Yes,
read back
please.
the transcript?
Please.
Comsec, paki check sa records.
About sa digging na yan, allegation ni Atty. Torion, let him prove that. Wala akong sinasabi muna dyan sa mga bagay na yan, sapagkat yan ay allegation nila. Let them prove it. Yan ang gusto nila. Di, sige, let them prove it also.
Pero may photos and videos din.
Ilabas nila yung nagbigay ng photo at pakita niya rin ang, alam niya ang batas, paano dyan. Ilabas niya yung taong nagbigay at bigyan niya rin ng sworn statement. Kasi kaya kong gawin yan sa loob ng Photoshop.
Wag mong i-incite yung chair na i-contempt siya kasi magiging let me decide. Let me decide. As the chairman of this committee, I know if he is lying or not.
Yes, Mr.
So,
Chair.
that's why playback ko yung records para malaman natin.
Yes,
Huh?
Mr. Chair. Mr.
But
Chair.
please do not keep on urging me to cite him in contempt.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you for that.
Mr. Chair.
Can you respond?
Sir, I'm still looking for the video. Because definitely that
Pero may photos and videos.
sabi, hindi na ma-play nga, sir. Andiyan na, sir. Oh. Let's wait for
Sandali lang. Unluckily kasi, hindi
Sir,
mo
ito, sir.
marinig. Sige lang, you reserve your answer after marinig natin ito, klaro.
Yes, sir.
Ha? You can sit
I
down.
really wonder, sir, if Atty. Torion would really like to continue. Because parang nasa sidetrack tayo, sir.
As I have said, this is my committee. I decide what to listen and what not to listen. Okay? Importante yan eh. Sige lang. Kaya na ninyo para maklaro natin.
Mr. Chair,
Oh,
Mr. Chair,
yes.
just a short manifestation while they are preparing for the video.
Okay.
Ilang araw na po simula nung sila'y pumasok ng ika-24 ng buwan ng Agosto. Ang buong property po ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ ay mga 30 hektarya or 300,000 square meters. Kung doon na lang ho sa conservative estimate na 3,000 yung pulis na po ginamit para hanapin at arestuhin si Mr. Kibuloy, that would be 100 square meter bawat isang pulis. Mas malaki pa ho yung 100 square meter dito sa kwartong ito. Common sense will tell us 23 hectares lang pala, I'm corrected, Mr. Chair. But even assuming arguendo that it's 30 hectares or 300,000 square meter divided by 3,000 policemen, that would only be 100 square meter. Yung pong 100 square meter, Mr. Chairman, kahit isang oras lang ho, mahalubog na natin yung kaliit-liitang bahagi ng kwartong ito. So, kung ilang araw na pong lumipas, at hindi pa rin nila nakita kung ganun sila karami. Ewan ko, ako po'y hindi dalubhasa sa mathematics, bagamat ang lahat ng grado ko po ay 98 sa math.
Dali lang. Ilang story, ilang floors yung highest building ng TOGC? Ilang floors?
Minister Katiil, ilang palapag daw yung pinakamatanggal?
5.
4 floors.
5,
5 including the rooftop, sir.
including the rooftop.
Sa 23...
Eh,
Sige po.
yung 30 mo kanina,
Opo.
granting na yung buong 30 hectares is covered with 5 floors. So, i-multiply mo.
Hindi po, sir. Kasi kinorek na po ako. 23 hectares lang daw.
23.
Oo.
But still, it took them 13 days.
Kaya nga po, pagpalagyan na natin, sir, Mr. Chairman, na 200 square meter bawat isang pulis. Siguro naman sa isang araw, sir, kaya na nating libutin yon. Ano po?
Correct.
Yun lamang pong manifestation ko, sir.
Yeah. But again, we will receive their answer that they have reasonable ground to believe that Pastor Kibuloy is still there underneath the surface because of that heartbeat na ini-insist nila. So ngayon, after ng presentation nyo, after presentation nila, we will delve on that issue. Before we, my colleagues here are agreeing with me that before we disperse, before we suspend, I think, before we suspend this hearing, we can get the final assurance from the PNP kung hanggang ilang araw sila dyan. Dahil otherwise, if we will leave this hanging, this issue hanging, then masisira ang kredibilidad natin dito. Hindi lang kredibilidad ng PNP, kundi pati tayo. Pati itong committee na ito. Mawalan din ang kredibilidad dito. Reklaruhin natin ito ngayon. Before you continue, I would like to acknowledge Senator Bongo. You have the floor, Your Honor.
Salamat. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat, no. Kanina nandun po ako sa inspection, kaya lang po meron po akong previous schedule na 3 weeks ago pa po. Biglaan tong pagpatawag ng hearing ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Kaya sinamahan namin siya rito. Ang trabaho po ng isang senador ay hindi lang po isang mambabatas. Trabaho namin, legislation, constituency at representation. At ako naman nakikita nyo, Lunes hanggang Linggo po ako nagtatrabaho. Wala, parang pingpong na tong buhay ko. At kung ano po makakatulong sa ating mga kababayan, no? Lalong-lalo na po dito sa Davao. Dahil ako, bata pa ako, maalala ko talaga noon pa. Tahimik tong Davao. Magulo to, mga early 1980s. Nung naging mayor na po si former president, former mayor, tahimik na po ang buhay dito. And used to be known as the most livable city in the Philippines, no? Tahimik po ang buhay dito. At hindi po magiging successful yan, kundi po dahil sa ating mga kapulisan. Hindi magagawa ni Mayor Duterte yung trabaho niya, kundi po dahil sa inyo. Kaya nga kanina nakita ko si General Torre. Naalala ko lang po, ito nasubaybayan ko yung career ng ating chairman. Ang posisyon na hindi niya nakamtan bago siya naging Chief PNP ay maging RD po ng regional office ng Region 11. Naging Chief PNP siya pero hindi siya naging RD. So napakahalaga po niya, no. Isa po 'yan sa pinaka-prestigious na opisina, regional director ng Region 11. Anyway, Mr. Chair and resource persons in attendance today, magandang araw po sa ating lahat. I speak before you today not just a mere legislator, but as a voice for justice, fairness, and the protection of human rights. Mr. Chair, sa isang demokratikong bansa tulad ng Pilipinas, napakahalaga po ng maayos na pagpapatupad ng batas. No one is above the law. Sabi nga nila, kung pulis ka, nasa gobyerno na may mataas na katungkulan o normal na mamamayan, you are not above the law. Mr. Chair, ang maayos na pagpapatupad sa batas ang nagsisilbing pundasyon ng ating tiwala sa gobyerno at nagpapatibay ng ating paniniwala sa isang patas at makatarungang sistema. However, Mr. Chair, when the enforcement of law crosses the line into excessive force, when it is wielded not as a tool for justice but as a weapon of destruction, it is incumbent upon us to speak out. Kaya po kami narito ngayon. Sana po matapos na po itong kaguluhang ito. At dahil po sa nangyari sa KOJC ngayon, magdadalawang linggo na. To be exact, bukas, no? Apektado po ang traffic. At marami pong nagtatanong sa akin sa Maynila, kumusta na kayo sa Davao? Kumusta na ba? Safe bang pumunta ng Davao? Mga turista nagtatanong po sa akin, safe pa bang pumunta sa Davao? Nalulungkot po ako bilang isang Davaoenyo, Mr. Chair, kahit saan ako mapunta. Yan ang tinatanong nila, ang gulo dito raw, ang gulo doon sa Davao. Mr. Chair, hindi ko po maalala na magulo sa Davao for the past 20 years. Bata pa nga po ako. Sabi ko, tahimik po yung buhay natin dito sa Davao. Nalulungkot po ako sa mga ganitong pangyayari. Hanggang kailan ba ito matatapos? Kaya kami narito para malaman po ang totoo at matapos na ito. Dahil kawawa po yung ordinaryong Pilipino. Kawawa po yung ordinaryong Davaoenyo na gustong mamuhay ng tahimik o pumasyal sa Davao. Sa totoo lang, mas marami po dito sa Davao ang gusto lang po mamuhay ng mapayapa. Walang pakialam sa politika. We just want peace and for this standoff to end. One of the founding fathers, Marcelo H. Del Pilar, whose birthday we just commemorated last August 30, once said, "The perfection of humanity is not possible without freedom for the individual. Thus, the existence of social institutions and all political organizations and relationships are justified, insofar as they have for their primary aim the defense and protection of freedom." Kung kaya nga nandyan po sa saligang batas, under Article 3, ang Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is there to protect our people from abuses of power that is given by our people. The Bill of Rights is our collateral, our security, our safeguard against abusive people in the government. As we are all aware, Pastor Quiboloy, a spiritual leader, stands accused. But today, I am not here to argue about his innocence or guilt because that is for the courts to decide. Nasa korte naman po ito. Instead, I want to address the disturbing exercise of power or the use of excessive force in the implementation of the warrant of arrest against him. Mr. Chair, this representation for so long strongly condemns any excessive use of force in pursuit of our official duty. Lagi po akong umaapila sa gobyerno, especially to our law enforcers, to be prudent in their actions and remain fruitful to their mandate to serve and to protect. Kaya naman po ang trabaho ng police, to serve and to protect. Hindi kailanman magiging susi ang karahasan sa pagkamit natin ng hustisya o sa kasagutan sa ating mga katanungan. The continued occupation of police personnel in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, KOJC, compound here in Davao, and the terror it brings to the community are causes of concern. While it is the duty of the police to serve an arrest warrant, there is no excuse for using force, creating fear, compromising the safety of civilians, disrupting the peace in the community and the face-to-face classes of students enrolled and occupying a place of worship. Ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ is a congregation. Pastor Quiboloy is only its executive pastor. Ang Kingdom of Jesus Christ po ay binubuo ng maraming miyembro, hindi lang po iisang tao. As member of the Committee on Justice and Human Rights and member of this Public Order Committee, I support the intent of Senator Bato de la Rosa and Senator Robin Padilla to scrutinize this PNP operation, which led to the death and injuries of civilians. Alam naman po natin, Mr. Chair, tayo mismo, ikaw naging chief PNP ka. Suportado natin ng pulis hanggang ngayon, pinaglalaban natin ng pulis. And even during the time of former President Duterte, 2018 dinoble po ang sahod ng pulis, ng military, uniform personnel at pinaglaban natin ito. At full support po kami sa pulis hanggang ngayon po. Andirito po kami, Senator Bato ni Senator Robin, na sumusuporta po sa inyo, lalong-lalo na po in line of duty. Mr. Chair, it is crucial to remember that our law enforcement agencies, particularly the PNP, have a solemn mandate to serve and protect. This mandate is not just a slogan. It is a duty, a responsibility to protect the rights and welfare of every citizen. Mr. Chair, one life lost is one too many. Sabi ko nga, imbis na dapat po maximum tolerance po ang dapat gawin ng ating pulis. Kung hayaan natin ito, kung hindi tayo maninindigan laban dito, ano pa bang klaseng pang-abuso sa kapangyarihan na maaaring gawin nila sa buong Davao o maaaring sa ibang bahagi ng bansa? Ang tanong ko sa pulisya, ang tanong ko po sa inyo, at tatanungin ko to sa inyo muna. At ano ba ang magiging endgame dito? Hanggang kailan tatagal ang sitwasyong ito? Ano ba talagang endgame dito? As gusto ko rin pong tanungin ang KOJC. Ano bang inaasahan ninyo mula sa gobyerno para matapos na po ito? Nandito po ang komite upang makatulong at matapos na po ang standoff na ito. Alam niyo, kawawa yung taong bayan. Kawawa yung mga inosente. At kawawa yung pulis kanina. Pinuntahan nga namin. Tinatanong namin sila. At kailangan lang nilang sumunod sa kanilang trabaho. Ang amin dito is kailan ba ito matatapos? Mas marami pong Pilipino ang gustong mamuhay ng tahimik. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. At isisingit ko na lang din po kanina kasi nag-discuss kayo to General Torre. Pag mayroong mga earthquake, diba usually ilang araw ba ang lifespan ng, sa tingin nyo, bago na kayo mag-i-end ng inyong search? Pag merong bumagsak na gusali, halimbawa nung sa earthquake sa Baguio, ilang araw usually ang standard operating procedure na sa tingin ninyo tama na, wala nang pag-asang makita yun. At pangalawa, after 13 days, no, do you think sa tingin ninyo kung may tao talaga doon sa ilalim, magsusurvive ba yun sa ngayon? Paano siya magsusurvive? May hangin, may pagkain, may aircon ba doon? Sa tingin ninyo, ano pang pwedeng madidiscover ninyo doon sa ilalim? Kung meron talaga kayong hinahanap doon sa ilalim after 13 days po.
Your Honor, as for your first question, I'm not an expert on the rescue and on how long can a rescue be conducted. However, on the second issue, whether a person can survive in bunker for so long, what we are looking here, sir, is the end of the world type bunker or Mageddon type bunker that can support life for extended periods of time. So there's really no assurance, there's really no estimates on how long they can survive in here, because we believe that they can survive for not only 13 days but more than or extended periods of time, because we are not looking here, sir, at an ordinary makeshift bunker. This is something that is built by somebody who has 2 airplanes and 2 helicopters in his hangar, so among others. So this is something that's can be done and can really be built by somebody with stature.
So, sa tingin mo, kayang mag-survive ng ilang buwan dyan?
Given enough resources, sir, people can really survive below ground, and which I will cover in my presentation later on, sir.
May kuryente doon sa ilalim.
Yes, sir, definitely. Ventilation, current, food, water, all the work, sir. And it could be very, very a comfortable life for a person, sir.
And then yung sa unang tanong ko kanina, yung end game dito, tatanungin ko rin sa KOJC dito. Anong endgame ba rito? Anong in-expect po natin?
That's also covered in the last 3 slides of my presentation, sir. That will be covered. The end game, sir, is really
You can address the question directly.
yes.
We don't have
Mr.
to
Sir,
wait for your
we
presentation.
will not stop until Mr. Kibuloy is arrested because we really gonna turn our back against the helpless and voiceless victims of Mr. Kibuloy.
Meaning you intend to stay there forever? Kung forever hindi
We
makita
have-
si Pastor Kibuloy?
We have some recommendations in my presentation so that we can end this positively, sir. Because as we speak here,
Remember that compound is not only being used by Pastor Kibuloy. If you believe he is still there, may mga estudyante dyan nag-aaral na hindi na nakapag-aral. May mga nakatira dyan na hindi na nakatira, pinalabas ninyo doon sa kanilang tinirahan.
sir,
Merong nagwo-worship dyan na hindi na nakapag-worship dahil nga sa presensya ninyo. So, you mean to say you are willing to sacrifice all these rights, all these human rights of these people because of your firm belief that Pastor Apollo Kibuloy is still there inside that bunker? Talaga naniwala ka na may bunker dyan sa ilalim?
yes, sir. Sir, if I may, sir,
Yeah.
we are this tenacious in serving these warrants because there are multiple warrants for this person. One of the warrants came out on August 8, 2024.
Okay, you don't need to discuss those warrants. Alam na natin yung lahat. It is available in open source.
But
Alam natin
this
yan.
is quite something, sir.
Ako mismo, I am appealing to Pastor Kibuloy if kung po pwede sana, kung gusto lang niya, ha? I have been a law enforcer before I become a lawmaker. So obviously, my bias is on the side of the law. Since he is facing a warrant of arrest, I am encouraging him kung pwedeng isubmit niya ang sarili niya sa korte. Pero, again, nasa kanya yung decision na yan. He has all his personal reasons kung bakit ayaw niya mag-surrender. Alam ko yan. Pero, talaga bang desidido kayo na uubusin yung mga araw para lang makita siya dyan kahit na wala na kayo makita?
Please allow us,
sige.
sir, to
Magprangkahan tayo dito. Magprangkahan tayo.
for a comprehensive answer, sir. Please allow us to present our side in the presentation, sir. We will answer all of
Okay,
this, sir.
okay. Senator Bongo,
Bakit
hindi pa tapos,
tanong ko
Senator
kanina? Sinagot niya, ano yung... Nandiyan na kayo, ha? Na-miss ko lang yung saging dito. Tugba ng saging count, ha? Anong in-expect niyo pong endgame rin dito? Dahil as a Dabawenyo rin, gusto rin namin ng tahimik na buhay. Ang hirap. Airport, yan talagang isa sa unang daanan talaga ng mga bisita rin. Hindi lang taga Davao ang dumadaan dito sa Davao eh. Mga taga Cotabato, Region 12, dito yan sumasakay. From Region 10, from Caraga. Dumadaan talaga yan ng Davao. Naging sentro na po ang Davao City ng Mindanao. So ano pong endgame na ina-expect nyo rito? Since nandito yung komite, para sana matapos na po itong kaguluhang ito.
Sir, if I may, we follow the law, sir. People versus Ratso, the Supreme Court said, sir, if you are only armed with an arrest warrant, that cannot be used as a reason to conduct an intrusive search. If there is a search that has to be conducted in cases of arrest warrants, the law requires that there must be a lawful arrest yet, no? And this lawful arrest must precede the search. The process cannot be reversed. What we are seeing here is a classic example of police officers guided by a general, Your Honor, who is conducting an intrusive search without a search warrant. and they are using a single warrant of arrest, or maybe he has many warrants of arrest which he failed to show us, as a legal license to convert a property owned by a third persons, no? Not even one of the accused. Can we use this arrest warrant to conduct omnibus search, intrusive search, violate the freedom of worship, which is one of the preferred rights under the 1987 Constitution? Philippine Blooming Mills, we teach that to our students. And there must be clear and dangerous tendency test. There is the dangerous tendency test. There is clear and present danger. Yet they are preventing our clients from using the same. Are we saying that just because you have a warrant of arrest, you are now continuing your search there and violate even the most basic of laws, that in People versus Ratso, you can conduct a lawful search only if there is already an arrest? Ang proseso kasi hindi nababaliktad eh. Hindi mo gagamitin yung arrest warrant para mag-conduct ka ng intrusive search and unending and continuing. Their belief na reasonable belief daw, no? Yung reasonable belief, ang contemplation ng Supreme Court dyan ay may A1 ka information talaga na nandun sa isang particular area and defined. And you don't have to conduct a search, because if you will use an arrest warrant, no, as a justification.
Alam mo, Atty. Torion, I have to cut you short. You need not explain that to them. Alam nila yan.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Alam nila yan. Ako, magpaputol ako dito ng 5 kamay ko kung hindi nila alam yan. 5 daliri ko kung hindi nila alam yan. They know that. Alam nila yan. Search incidental to a lawful arrest. Alam mo yan. Kailang basic, advanced, OSIC, lahat yan pinag-usapan palagi yan. But I don't know. Why? Why? Please continue the endgame.
Your Honor,
Endgame nyo, anong ina-expect nyo rito?
as an executive minister of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, our rights are being violated. The missionary workers are suffering too much. Isipin niyo saan ka makakakita na ura-urada, isi-search nila yung mga tirahan ng mga missionary workers, particularly sa mga babae. Kahit anong oras, kahit madaling araw, may naliligo, may natutulog. We suffer that too much, Your Honor. Hindi na kami makapagsamba. I even talked to Mr. Torre together with our lawyer. Nakiusap ako, saan ka makakakita na ang may-ari ng property nakikiusap sa mga intruder? I asked him, please allow us to use the cathedral even for tomorrow, because tomorrow is our anniversary celebration. It's very important for all of us. Many kingdom leaders lumipad para dito. And then, and Your Honor,
General Torre. Marcelo, na tayo ngayon dito?
Sir, I think we have finished the discussion on that matter amicably, and they have agreed that they will do their celebration in the plaza, because actually, sir, they cannot fit everybody in the cathedral. There was, with the president,
Your Honor,
vice president in attendance, there was more than they're claiming to be expecting more than 3,000 people. So that's both an academic point, sir. The real intention, the first and foremost real intention for their September 1 celebration is really outdoors in the plaza, in front of the big
Okay.
LED walls.
Right.
We're delivering the point, sir.
Your
Yeah.
Honor, ang tanong dito, kami kasi yung may-ari. Bakit ngayon kami na ang magpapaalam at magmapakaawa na gagamitin yung worship namin? Bahay namin yon. Private property po yun. Ang problema, nagpapaalam na kami sa pulis. Ano ba talaga? To yung tanong nyo, totoo na ba? May martial law na ba talaga tayo ngayon, Your Honor?
and the worst thing, Your Honor, kahit na yung podium namin, pulpit, hindi nila inalaw na ilabas.
Your Honor. Kasi wala na kami magawa, so napilitan kami kalabas. Huwag siyang magrason-rason na marami kami. Marami talaga kami. Eto pa, kinabukasan. Kasi nung anniversary namin, nandun si VP Sara. Kasama namin. All of a sudden, so early in the morning, naka-on na naman yung kanyang LRAD. Galit na galit. Hindi namin alam ano na naman. Nabulabog na naman yung compound. Ganun na lang. Kung tinatanong niyo po kung ano ang endgame na in-expect namin ngayon, tigilan nila, lumaya sila sa bahay namin. Kahit sino, bahay nyo, lahat ng mga armadong pulisya nakatira, umiihi doon, dumudami doon, natutulog. Sino ba naman we cannot last that long. Nagpapasalamat lang kami. Naturuan kami ng aming mahal na pastor. Palagi kami ang nagpapasensya. Kahit i-play nyo yung ilang video namin, ko ang palaging nagsasalita na hindi kami lalaban. Huwag kaming lumaban kahit anong gawin ng mga pulis kasi yun ang pinagbilin sa amin ng mahal na pastor namin. Kasi kung hindi, patay na kaming lahat. Sa totoo lang, ano ang endgame tong pangatlong hearing na to? Na lumayas lahat ng pulis sa pamamahay namin dahil wala na silang karapatan na to stay there 1 minute longer. Because we know after this, aabuso na naman sila. And hopefully, Mr. Chair, yung meron pang natitirang mabubuti at matitinong mga officials ng police, marami na pong mga open letter na lumalabas. Marami na din talagang diskontento doon. Meron pang nagsabi sa akin na police, ma'am, hindi lang kayang matutuwa kung makaalis kami dito. Mas lalo kaming matuwa kung makauwi na kami. Sir, Mr. Chair, we are appealing not only as KOJC na yung property namin, simbahan yon, bahay namin yon, nilusob, kinubkob, namatayan na kami. Ang mahal na ng mga nagastos namin sa lahat ng mga nasaktan. Ano bang nangyayari sa bansa natin? Ang pulis mismo who vowed to protect and serve the people and they have sacrificed their life for God, country, and people are now our oppressors. They are now killing us slow by slow. Araw-araw ganon. So, pag-uwi namin ngayon, nandun pa rin yung mga pulis, nandun pa rin yung mga SAP, pumasok na naman sila, bubuksan na naman nila yung butas kasi hindi itigil ang general na ito kung hindi niya makita dun sa lupa. Ano pa ba? Ano pa bang meron? Meron pa ba kaming pag-asa? Senator, mga lahat ng mga leaders natin at buong bansang Pilipinas, may pag-asa pa ba ang bansa natin kung mismo itong mga police abusive? At saka walang, sir, ganito palagi, walang naninindigan. Alam nila, sabihin lang nila, inuutusan lang ako. Even General Torres said, wala akong magagawa kasi galing sa taas. What will happen to us? What's going on in this country? These people vowed to serve God country. Kami nagsiserve din ng God and country. Pareho tayong Pilipino. Ba't tayo nagkaharap dito? Somebody else is orchestrating and somebody else is mastermind on this. Sir, Mr. Chair, Senador, lahat kayo na nandyan, this has got to stop. This is the end game that we want, that when we go home, please, tinatawagan na namin ng lahat. Sino bang nag-utos sa taas? Bakit hindi na mapaalis? Ang TPO hindi niya sinusunod. Nag-appeal kami sa Court of Appeals, dinidismiss. Itong si DOJ Remulla, kakasuhan niya yung judge na nag-issue ng TPO. What do we expect from this country now? And nobody of these officers are standing up to the truth. Nakikinig lang sila kay General Torre. Nakikinig sila sa lahat ng kasinungalingan. Frankly speaking, sir, I did not want to attend the third hearing anymore. I don't want to be subjected to more lies. Na Polcom, DOJ, pasensya na, DILG. Sir, alam nyo yan, nakadalawang hearing na tayo sa Manila. Nag-promise si Marbil, okay, we will go to Davao and make peace. Wala na kaming checkpoint and everything. Eto na, pangalawa, si DILG Secretary, nag-promise din, di ba, sa harap nyo, sir, hindi po ko kayo sinisisi. Pero sinabi niya yun sa Senado, aayusin niya. Kinabukasan, pupunta siya Davao. What happened, sir? Where are they now? And lumalala. Lumalala yung ginagawa nila sa KOJC. Ulitin ko po uli, hindi kailanman tumatakas si Pastor sa batas. Because Pastor has taught us we will not be like this. If Pastor did not teach us and inculcate in us the truth, ang katuwiran, ang kabutihan, ang pag-ibig, hindi basta-basta ang dinadamdam namin. Andito yung mga pulis, pwede ba may manindigan kahit isa? Wala na ba talagang boses? Wala na ba talaga tayong batas? Please lang, I'm appealing to this honorable body. Wala kami narinig. Ever since June 10, namatayan na kami ng dalawa. Ngayon namatayan na naman kami uli. Sir, yun lang. Can you please let them just go out of our compound? Kasi alam ko, Abuso, meron kaming intel, 21 of September, magmamartial law si Torre at forcefully paalisin kami lahat. Hihintayin pa ba natin yan? Hihintayin pa ba natin na mapuno na lahat ang mga kingdom citizen? May mga dugo na talagang dadanak. How long can we hold on? How long? How long will the suffering continue because of the abusive brutalization of police? Ang tao na dapat naming asahan na mag-protect sa amin. Sir, they are terrorizing, brutalizing, abusing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cannot
General Torre.
explain what's happening.
Yeah, thank you. General Torre. You can sit down. You can sit down. Narinig na natin ang lahat-lahat ito. Is the decision to pull out your troops within your power?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, nobody is ordering you to stay put and nobody is ordering you to continue on with the illegal search.
I always consult with my superior, sir, but the ultimate decision falls into my shoulder, sir.
Okay. So nakita mo na. Narinig mo na lahat. Kaming tatlo ditong senador, we're appealing to you to please give these people peace of mind. Ibalik sa kanila yung property. Hindi mo kayang gawin yan?
Before I give the answer, sir, can I make my presentation so that I can comprehensively address all the issues?
Mamaya. Ngayon lang, tatanungin kita, when will you present your presentation? Kasi alam mo, ganito yan, Nick. Ganito yan. If the decision is within your level as the regional director, alam mo, if we have a government agency under the executive branch of government that does not listen to the recommendations, to the pleas of this committee, of this Senate committee, if we have a government agency that does not follow court orders, we are therefore creating a situation na masasabi natin there is a constitutional crisis. And are you willing to place your name as the very person that caused the constitutional crisis?
I don't think that is applicable in this case, sir. If you will allow me, before to answer my question, to answer your question, before that, can you allow me allow me to present?
Be very liberal to you.
Thank you, sir.
Be very liberal to you. Even though you are not so liberal in interpreting court orders. Pero pasalamat kayo dahil nirevoke ng Court of Appeals yung TPO coming from RTC. But I will be very liberal to you. I will listen to you. Tapos ka na?
Mr. Chair?
Huh?
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
May I speak? The KOJC have spoken. The church has spoken, but the children are still not speaking. I represent the 6,246 children of the JMC. They have not been able to go to class. They have to go homeschooling, causing chaos in their families because their parents cannot work, causing uncomfortableness to the children because they cannot learn the best way that they can, which is supposed to be in school. And we know that after COVID, that face-to-face is the best. And they cannot do that, especially for the medical students who need hands-on practice. Children are supposed to be zones of peace. Senator Bongo was asking, what is the end game? For the children and for the parents, the end game is they want to go back to school, but they cannot because the basement of their school is being used as treasure hunting. So, sir, my plea, General Torre, please, sir, listen to the children. If you will not listen to religious leaders or to lawyers, listen to the plea of the children. Please, sir, get out of JMC so that at least they can already study peacefully. Let them remain zones of peace. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you. No, nakiusap na. May-ari na yan ng property ha. Nakikiusap sa inyo. You are occupying their property. Sila na mismo nakikiusap sa inyo. I don't know what more, sir, please can be that what are other pleas that you want to hear before you act accordingly.
Sir, may I
But
add,
please patapusin muna natin si
sir, may I
Senator yun.
may I add something, sir?
Yeah.
At 1:14 p.m. this afternoon, right after you finished your ocular inspection and when everybody pulled out, the police came back in force. So they are back there, sir, in force. I have pictures here, sir, on my cell phone to prove it.